I saw that you did an interview with Mike Tyson, and you revealed for the first time, you never revealed this before, that you were sexually assaulted.
Yeah, I was sexually victimized.
Oh, she a jigger bop. Tonight I'm trying to jig and bop. You know it's up, I'm really on my top. I'm on my top, say DJ running from the top. Turn it up a notch, yeah.
What it is, what it do, what it be like. Welcome back to What the Hell News/TV, where everything we react to, we gonna be like, what the hell, man. Hope all is well out there, man. And we picking back up with the Kevin Gates and Shannon Sharp interview, man. Now, last video I touched on where he opened up about the relationship with his mother and how his father passed of AIDS or things like that. In this clip, he's gonna be opening up about his childhood trauma for his dealing with being molested, sexual assaulted, man. You feel what I'm saying? Now we're gonna dive into this clip, man. Appreciate y'all. Hey, support the channel, man. Hey, let's get it.
So I've heard people say, what's so traumatic about this? Not only is the child robbed of his youth and his innocence, but when he or she tells the person that's in charge of protecting that youth and innocence, they go unheard, they're not believed.
That was one of the reasons that me and my mother had a, disagreement. That's one of the reasons. Like, we told you what happened to us.
So it was multiple, it wasn't just you?
Nah, it was, I'm gonna say me. It's
okay.
Me.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the, I'm gonna take
You gonna take the
I'm gonna take the beating for the
okay.
parent. But yeah, I told you what happened to me. Yep.
Why don't you, and it's interesting because Clarissa Shields was on here. She said the same thing that she told, and they didn't believe it, and she ended up going to stay with her grandmother.
With Mike Tyson, it was the things that he told me off camera that was so beautiful. Like, that dude is one of the most beautiful people.
Mm-hmm.
I was like shocked. Like, if you look at the interview, I was just like kind of in a daze because it was the conversation we had off camera.
Right.
Then when we got on camera, I'm like, man, this dude deep.
Right.
And that's when he was like, that's what turned me into a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Something bad happened to me.
And he said it's never gonna happen to me again.
It really forced me into being kind of like a vigilante kind of in a sense. Cause I took like every type of martial arts you could think. My grandmother had me and all of that. And for a long time, and I hate what I'm about to say, for a long time I exhibited a lot of violence out of fear. People salute me for a lot of stuff, but that was out of fear. That wasn't out of just me being no monster, no tough guy. That was fear.
Were you a teenager at the time?
Yes, sir.
Were you threatened?
When?
Did he, if you tell anybody that this has happened, or if you tell anybody that this happened, something might happen to you or someone?
He did.
He did?
Yeah, he out of here.
I guess I'll leave that alone.
I mean, that's the truth. I mean, I don't know how he, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you don't know how?
He out of here.
Like I said, we'll move that along.
Yeah, he'll never do that to anybody again. That's the two things. But then, man, I might be I don't want to say too much, but I really broke generational curses with that situation because people that came before me, they was raped. And it created the space for me to have with my children to where my children know don't nobody never touch you, that not even me. I had these open conversations with my children. They are equipped. I created a space for them to be able to tell their dad anything.
Be open and honest with you about any situation.
Anything.
Kev, you know what? Let me ask you this. How did you summon up the courage? Because I can assure you, you're not the first young man, boy, that's ever had this happen. But a lot of young boys will suppress it and
I created the space for men to be able to heal. There's so many men that come up to me and hug me and cry in the gym and tell me thank you, because I created a space. And I tell them, you was vulnerable then. We have built ourselves into machines to where we can protect the inner child. That's why I made that song, Protect Children. You're not supposed to hurt children.
Your song, molested inside my mom's home. She ain't believe me when I was young. There gonna be a lot of people that's gonna watch this.
After I made that song,
Yes.
I ain't know how much trauma that I was holding. I cried for 2 weeks uncontrollably. My manager sitting back there, he the one recorded that song. I was in Puerto Rico. And when I did that song, I cried uncontrollably for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks straight. Then I went to the bathroom, and when I shit it, it just like,
Everything released.
everything released. I was so tense all the time just from, you underwent trauma. And even going out here and applying pressure, you still it don't never go away. But I think my snapping point was, damn, I hate to say who it was, but he pulled me to the side. He a monster too. He pulled me to the side. He was like, hey, are we gay? I said, I don't know. I don't know. And I remember that was the last time I kind of had a little bit of like, before it went black.
You don't remember anything after that?
No, I remember. I'm talking about before my humanity kind of got turned off toward predators. I don't respect those that pick on the weak. I just don't. I don't like bullies.
Is that why you stay to yourself now? That's why you don't look, I don't bother nobody. I don't want nobody bothering me because I don't want that person to ever show back up again.
So family, we back, man. And that was Gates opening up. Man, you gotta be a strong person, man. I'm gonna say that, bro. I applaud him, for opening up and sharing it. Like, he spoke on that before on the Mike Tyson interview. But, for him to have no problem with talking about it, hey, that's strong, bro. And it's therapeutic, that's therapy, for people who have been through that, you feel what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, he a soldier for that. Now, it makes me think, like, early on in Kevin Gates' career, when he was hot, when he first got out, things like that. You can tell during those days, like when he did do interviews and things, you saw like the agitation on his face, and his energy. He didn't want people to touch him. He didn't really want people asking him certain questions. Like, he was in a shell. And that's when he was doing a lot of lean things like that, drugging. And now it makes sense, bro. Like he was going through something then, you feel what I'm saying? And, people act out in certain ways, man. You never know what people be going through, what people have went through, you feel what I'm saying? Now it all makes sense by him saying that, and hey, that's hard on any person, bro. And that's why we can't be so quick to judge people, put people down, you feel what I'm saying? Because you just never know, you know what I'm saying? No matter how old someone is, you never know what they've been through in their life, in their prior life, when they was younger, when they was a kid, things like that. And when you go through stuff like that, man, it can either break you or make you, bro. And a lot of times it breaks people. Only very few people get back up, man, and straighten themselves up. So I salute Gates, bro. And when he mentioned the part about, the guy who did that, he's no longer here. Yeah, I know all about it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm from Louisiana, BR, and yes, he, what I'm saying? Hey, he put one under, heard me? It's in the song, you feel me? So it ain't like I'm saying something nobody don't know, you feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, 2002 closed case, he shot him in the face, so yeah, bro. And hey, that's something anybody would do, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And I know he mentioned his mother, in the last clip, and it kind of got me wondering, like, well, I think some of that resentment he showed from him going through what he went through, he kind of took it out towards his mother too. It's kind of seemed like that. It makes sense to me now why his relationship with his mother the way it was. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Shout out to Gates, bro. Pray for anybody who have been through that situation. That ain't a tough thing to deal with, to live with. You feel what I'm saying? But man, appreciate y'all for clicking on the video. Man, if you like this video, hype that thing up, man. Keep supporting the channel, and y'all be safe.